Hey, what's up everybody? It's another edition of Dixon's Kitchen, brought to you by Mess's Fireworks. Take 81 south that Pennsylvania border and you'll find a mess of fireworks. Now today in Dixon's Kitchen, I am going to make you my version of Tuna Tataki, everybody's favorite sushi bar appetizer. We all pick it up at our favorite grocery store off that sushi counter, and it seems a little pricey. I'm gonna teach you a way to do it today where you can feed 2 to 4 people for right around 10 bucks. Let's go inside and make that marinade. And now we make the marinade for the tuna. Easy peasy, right? Here's everything you're gonna need. We have some sambal, which is a fermented chili garlic paste. We have a little bit of light brown sugar. Got a heavy dose of ground garlic or granulated garlic. Garlic powder would also work. And then this is fresh cracked black pepper, soy sauce, and we're gonna use a little bit of, put the thumb over, sesame oil. So here we go. Sambal in, soy sauce in, and then all your dry stuff. And we'll save that little bit of sambal that we missed as well. Take the same amount of soy sauce you used, and you're gonna add that same amount of water. Goes in. Just whisk it together. So there's the marinade. There's the tuna. Now, how many times have you been to a restaurant and seen like 20 bucks for a tuna steak, or even go to like your favorite grocery store that has a sushi counter and you get a little tuna tataki like we're making today, and it seems to be a little bit expensive? They're probably using this same tuna, which is IQF, individually quick frozen. It's literally harvested and frozen portion by portion on the boat that actually catches it. It is sushi grade if you catch it, IQF, but only IQF. I paid $9.92 for these tuna steaks, which half of one of these would probably be 10 bucks on that sushi counter at your grocery store. And it's literally as easy as taking the tuna and putting it into the marinade. You put it in, you flip it over, you cram it down. Number 2 goes in, get it wet, flip it over, shove it down. Now here's the thing, this isn't like a steak. You're not gonna marinate this overnight. This needs about an hour, 1 hour in the fridge, and that will be awesome. Same deal as the steak though. About 20 minutes before we're gonna put it on the grill, we'll take it out of the fridge. Hey, so our tuna is out of the marinade, and if you noticed in that marinade segment that I didn't put sesame oil into the marinade, you were correct, because mine was expired. Throw in a dash or two just to add that little bit of sesame flavor to it. Now there's 2 keys to this. First and foremost, you're gonna find that IQF frozen tuna, individually quick frozen. It's safe, it's sushi safe. It'll actually say sushi grade right on it, which means that you can eat it as rare as we're going to make it today. Now tuna tataki is traditionally only cooked a tiny little bit. Remember back on that first steak video, we talked about black and blue. That's what we're going for here. We want a screaming hot grill. That screaming hot grill is just gonna sear the outside of the tuna, leaving the inside just as red as these currently are now. So our grill is at 550 degrees, and we want to do this quick. Now, you might not get the absolute best and most perfect grill marks by doing it this way, but ultimately you do eat with your eyes, but you are really eating with your mouth. So let's get these on quick and get that lid back down, because these are literally going to go for maybe a minute per side. So those go on, you hear them sizzle, and immediately down. We're just going to wait calmly and patiently to let that side sear up a little bit, and we'll come back in a second. All right, so it's time to flip the fish. And how do you know it's time to flip the fish? It's easy. You take a look and you see that it's barely cooked from the bottom to the top. There's just that little bit that's cooked, and if it's unstuck itself, which this has, it's time to flip it over. So you flip them, the lid goes down, and we wait 1 minute, and these will be perfect. All right, so it's been a minute. It's time to take to the next step of our homemade tuna tataki, Dixon style. The lid comes up, you make sure that you're getting, and it's completely and totally seared. So you want to turn those burners off and just let it sit for a minute. Because what's gonna happen is that tuna's gonna release from the grill. You're gonna end up with these char marks one more time, but you're also not gonna be taking flaked pieces of tuna from the other side off. Give it 1 minute to rest, we'll pull them off, and we'll carve these up to eat. All right, tuna Tataki dXn's style, off the grill, and just like that beef steak we cooked in episode 1 of dXn's Kitchen, this has rested for a full 5 minutes. Now, if you're squeamish, you're not a fish fan, you don't like seafood, this is the part where you may want to turn away, because this is the part where I show you why this is tuna Tataki, and it's because on the inside, as we cut through this, it should still be very, very red. And then out to the cooked edge of that tuna. Now, I don't love my tuna Tataki super thin. I like a nice chunk of it because I'm a big fan of sushi, but you can go thin with this Tataki as well, and look at that cross section, that's beautiful. Now, a lot of people are probably asking right now, where are the sesame seeds? Well, this is the part where I take it from regular old store-bought seared tuna Tataki. This is where my touch comes in. So you've got yourself some nice pieces. Boy, is that delicious. It's impossible for me right now to pick this up and not just shove it in my face. Now, this is where the deviation comes in. Bagel seasoning. Yes, that everything bagel seasoning. Everything in here belongs in here. Sesame seeds, garlic, sea salt. It's all right in here, and it's gonna go right on there. It actually boosts that flavor from just having a little sesame seed on your tuna into having sort of a cornucopia of flavor. Now, a lot of you are gonna say, well, how come they put the tuna on the grill with the sesame seeds at my favorite place? That's up to you. You know, the dude says, it's just like your opinion, man. I personally don't like burnt sesame seeds off of the grill. I prefer mine in their natural state, just a little toasty. And I gotta tell you, it's impossible for me to sit here and not taste this, because this is absolutely one of my favorite foods. So again, find yourself frozen IQF ahi tuna steaks. That is the equivalent of saying sushi grade, which means you can cook it to this rareness right here and still enjoy it. You marinate it for about an hour, put it on a screaming hot grill for 60 to 90 seconds per side. You let it rest for 5. You cut it up however you like it. Sesame seeds if you want them. You want to explore your palate like I do? Use that everything bagel seasoning. I promise you, it will be amazing. Oh yeah. The garlic in the everything bagel backs up the garlic that you put in that marinade, along with that sambal and that soy and that little bit of brown sugar, and just kind of brings everything together. The sesame is a fresh note right when you take that first bite, and that inherent meatiness of the tuna. Yo, if you're trying to cut a little bit of red meat out of your life, stay with the color. Just move from bovine to the ocean. Amazing, and there's so many variants out there as well. Now, if you want to cook your tuna all the way through, I'm not going to be mad at you. I just don't do it myself. So this was my version of tuna Tataki on the grill, brought to you by Mess's Fireworks in 95X.